Look, I get it. You love your listening skill to be up there. You want to listen and understand movies and native speakers. I mean, what we call it natural real English. But your listening skill is down there. When you watch a movie or listen to native speakers, you keep missing parts of the conversation. I see. Well, today I've got you a simple 4-step method that will seriously improve your listening skill and get you the result that you've been waiting for. So let's get straight into it. Stage number 1, preparation. Look, if you want to improve your English listening skills, before you watch a movie, before doing anything else, you need to get ready for the movie. You need to get a general idea of the movie that you're gonna watch, that what's this gonna be about? What's the story? And you can do that by watching the trailer or reading a short summary. You see, when you have an overview of the plot, you'll engage more with the movie. The movie becomes more predictable for you and you can recognize more words, phrases, and sentences. So it becomes easier for you to understand and practice your listening. One of the main reasons English learners struggle to understand movies is that they dive straight in and hit play without any preparation. When you just sit down to watch a movie without knowing what it's about, what the story is, what the context is, as the movie goes on, you might find yourself thinking, oh my God, what's happening around me? You feel lost, you get frustrated, and that frustration makes it even harder to follow the dialogue, the sentences. So before you watch a movie, it's so effective to do some prep work. Get familiar with the movie that you're gonna watch. When you read a short summary or watch the trailer or learn about the main characters beforehand, you're giving your brain a framework. You get a sense of the basic plot, the overall vibe, the kind of situations that you can expect. This way, when you're watching a movie, when the movie starts, you're not trying to figure out the story as you're listening to it. Your brain can only focus on understanding the words and sentences and the language. Why? Well, because you already know the context. You give your brain a head start. It already knows what to expect, so it can focus on listening and picking up the language. This makes listening much easier. Step number 2, enjoy the movie. All right, once you're prepared, it's time to relax and watch the video and enjoy. This step is all about getting comfortable with listening without stressing over every single word. No, seriously, do not worry if you miss some words or details, which definitely you will, and that's totally normal because you're learning and practicing. The goal here is to get the general idea of what they're talking about, of their sentences, the big picture, not every single tiny word. This is where the active listening kicks in. You're sitting down to watch a movie, the movie's playing, and no subtitles. Oh, did I mention that you have to watch it without subtitles? Why no subtitles? Because the moment you turn them on, you stop listening and you start reading. When there's a subtitle, we tend to rely on our eyes rather than our ears. Our brain can't fully focus on both listening and reading at the same time. And listening always takes a sit back. This is how we are. We love our comfort zone. We always go for something that feels more comfortable, like reading subtitles. Trust the process. Missing things, words, some sentences is okay. You are practicing. The more you practice, the easier it gets. And soon, you'll start noticing that your brain is picking up more and more as you go. Remember, it's a gradual process and every step counts. There's something super important that I'd like to mention. When you watch a movie, as you listen, do not translate in your head. This is something that I just realized so many of you are doing. You see, a lot of time, English can't and shouldn't be translated in our native language. When you translate, you slow yourself down, you lose focus, and sometimes you change the meaning because every language is unique. So instead of thinking in your native language to guess the meaning, let your brain to stay in English mode and just go with the flow. Step number 3, doing the same thing. All right, after watching the movie and enjoying it, it's time to watch it again and focus on identifying the words, phrases, sentences that you missed the first time around. I get it, rewatching an entire movie is not that fun. I mean, I've been there, I know what you're going through. It takes bloody long time. Here's my suggestion. Don't try to rewatch the whole movie all at once. Instead, break it into small sessions. Go back to your favorite scenes or the most challenging scenes that you couldn't get the most of the sentences and watch it again. This way, it becomes more manageable, enjoyable, doable, learnable. It becomes more effective. Rewatching movies can significantly improve your listening skill because you're already familiar with the movie. You know the characters, their accents, and you got used to the way they speak. You see, since you've already heard parts of the movie, you'll have an easier time recognizing those words and sentences that you missed initially. But this time, make a real effort to hear the words you couldn't recognize the first time around. Push yourself, force your brain to focus and identify those unfamiliar words. This is where you stretch your brain's ability to recognize some words. You're training your brain to improve its comprehension. Over time, you'll notice that your listening ability will grow stronger and stronger. Step number 4, turning on subtitles. Finally, let's bring it all together. So now that you've rewatched the movie and focused on understanding the big picture of the sentences and the phrases, it's time to turn on subtitles. Turning on subtitles gives you the opportunity to catch any words, phrases, you name it, that you didn't quite catch earlier. So subtitles will allow you to see the exact words that you're hearing and ensure that you didn't miss anything important. By watching with subtitles, you'll be able to confirm if what you thought you heard is correct, and you'll also catch any tricky words or phrases that were too fast or unclear. Keep in mind though, the goal is not to rely on subtitles. We're using them as a tool to fill in the blanks and reinforce our learning. So there you have it, the 4 steps to improve your listening skills. Prepare, watch without subtitles, rewatch, and then use subtitles to fill in the gaps. It's all about training your ears and giving your brain the context it needs. Now, it's your turn. Pick a movie, follow these steps, and watch how much your listening improves. Trust me, the results will surprise you. Remember, the more you practice, the easier it gets. Soon, you'll be watching movies in English without subtitles and actually understanding them. Let me know in the comments which movie you'll try this method with first. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tips and learning English. I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.